So your handheld footage is looking like garbage, and you're wondering how everyone else's handheld footage is looking amazing. It's a good thing you found this video. I have 4 steps that you can take and use to get better handheld footage. So without wasting any more of your time, let's get into it. Step number 1, add 3 points of contact. What happens most of the time when you're holding a body is you're creating anchor points that are so central to the body of the camera that it wants to really rock back and forth or up and down without much friction against it. By adding a 3rd contact point on your body, that reduces the intense up and down and the ease that the camera has to create the micro jitters. Now the next thing to add on to that is changing the top contact point. If you're holding your camera on the side handle and on the lens, you're gonna get a lot of motion that carries through your arms when you're rotating it or tilting up and down. But if you throw a top handle on your camera and you get that anchor point above, it becomes more of a swaying motion because the anchor point is not directly on the sides of the body. Now with the 3 contact points and the top contact point, those combined is why easy rigs and camera sacks are so popular, is because both of those things are doing these things. The sack is creating an extra point of contact, so you have 3. And the easy rig, the most popular, where the cord comes down to the top of your camera handle, creates a top contact point, and most of the time that's the 3rd because that's holding it and then you're racking focus or doing whatever with your other hands. Now number 2, add more weight. You want to get rid of the micro jitters? Make your camera heavier so physics just takes care of the rest. Throw cage on, throw a bigger battery on, get rails or whatever you have to do, whatever's in your budget, just to make your camera heavier. Now number 3 is a little controversial because we're talking about handheld, so feet movement's going to be involved, but step less. The fact that you have to take a step, even if it's the heel to toe walking that we've all gotten used to doing, you're still creating force from the ground that comes up through your body and translates into the camera. If you can do your camera movements without actually taking any steps, that is the best thing you can do. Now, obviously, if you're chasing a girl in a sundress through a field of wheat and you're running after her, you gotta run. So hopefully the other 2 steps before this help with that. Now the final step is shoot on the widest lens you have. If you're shooting on a 200mm lens, you're gonna see every single piece of camera movement. By having a wider lens, you're going to have a much easier time with your handheld footage. And if you decide to run a bigger lens, maybe just put it on a gimbal. Handheld footage is really tricky to get right, and it takes a lot of practice. So if you implement all of these steps or even just combo a couple, it's gonna look a lot better and you're gonna get less frustrated because trust me, I've been frustrated with my handheld footage. I've gotten it and it's been unusable. When you're coming into a shoot, keep these things in mind and I guarantee your footage will look a lot better and most of it will be usable. And just a bonus tip to think about, if you do want to do any stabilization in post, shoot as wide as you possibly can because the more stabilization you want, the more you're gonna have to crop in on your image. But yeah, those are the things I use and it helped my footage a lot when I implemented most of these steps. Obviously, the walking one comes and goes as you need it, but like I said, use as many of these as you can and your handheld footage is gonna look great, I promise.